Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
He may not be on Guam yet, but the new Archbishop has taken action to settle the years-long controversy over the Redemptorist Mater Seminary in Jonya.
And the Mother Superior of the Carmelite nuns on Guam speaks out, saying they were asked to tell a lie.
And just because it's called a public hearing does not mean the public can speak. More on the superintendent saga coming up. Hafide and good evening to all of our viewers locally on Guam, all over the world on YouTube, and now live on Saipan and Tinian. Hafide to you. Well, in tonight's top story, the Archdiocese of Agana says it has taken back complete and unrestricted control of the Redemptorist Mater Seminary.
Legal documents were filed with the Department of Land Management on behalf of a newly appointed Archbishop, Michael Burns, that repeal a controversial 2011 consent decree by former Archbishop Anthony Apron that essentially gave control of the multi-million-dollar property to a board controlled by the Neo-Catechumenal Way. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Archdiocese spokesman Father Jeff St. Nicholas made the announcement.
The legal filings abolished the RMS Board of Guarantors and replaced the current Board of Directors with Archbishop Burns as the sole director, as well as designating him as the chairman, president, and secretary of the RMS Corporation.
The legal authority cited is that Burns is now the corporation soul of RMS by virtue of his new appointment as Archbishop of Agana. Apron had used that same power to transfer control to the NCW-controlled board. And while the seminary is now back with the Archdiocese, it has not yet decided what it will do with it.
While the governance has changed, the administration and the day-to-day operation has not changed.
But while the church says for now RMS will continue as it has, critics of Apron and the NCW say the seminary has been used for the formation of off-island priests, not local priests, which they believe it was intended for. The seminary is also seen as one of the church's most valuable assets, with estimates ranging from $40 to $70 million. And while it is now back under Archdiocese control, it comes at a time when the church might have to defend itself against multiple lawsuits by former seminarians who have accused Apron of child sexual abuse.
It was made clear to us that all assets of the Archdiocese of Agana could potentially be subject to be affected by the lawsuits that we anticipate coming. So there are no assets that are somehow protected that we know of. So that would include the Redemptorist Mater, the Jonya property land.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Now, as you watched live on our Facebook page earlier today, prior to the Archdiocese's press conference, another event was held by an unlikely individual who, by the nature of her work, has spent a majority of her life shielded from public view.
But the Mother Superior of the Carmelite nuns in Guam is speaking out, sharing her story about the RMS property in Jonya. As Sabrina Salas Matsunani reports, she and her sisters were asked to tell a lie.
Mother Superior Dawn Marie is the last Carmelite standing in Guam.
The move to go to California was a very difficult one.
1 month after celebrating their 50th anniversary on Guam, in June, all the remaining Carmelite nuns that were living here in this house in Tamuning left, except for their Mother Superior. She cited the ongoing controversies in the local church as some of the reasons for their departure.
Pretty toxic environment for the nuns to live in.
In a rare press conference, Mother Dawn talked to local media to share her side of the story relating to the RMS property in Jonya. You see, after years of speculation about who was the mystery $2 million benefactor that allowed for the Archdiocese acquisition of the RMS property in Jonya, she finally came out, saying all it took was a phone call to her Carmelite sisters in the States.
There was no he, it was a she, and it was me. So the truth of where the money came from, it's as easy as that.
According to Mother Dawn, her wish to remain anonymous was not respected, and the conditions for which she understood the property was to be used for were not followed.
We knew that it would be for the education of priests. We knew that. We never said anything about the Redemptoris Martyrs Seminary. We didn't even know anything about that entity. We never said anything about the San Vittoris Theological Institute because it wasn't even created at that time.
So you can only imagine her reaction years later when she just happened to be visiting the very Carmelite community that donated that $2 million. That Mother Superior called Mother Dawn over to her computer to show her an email she just received from Archbishop Anthony Apron.
Archbishop Anthony Apron had asked the sisters who had given the gift to say that they had purposely earmarked that gift for the Redemptoris Martyrs Seminary and for the San Vittoris Theological Institute of Oceania. That was completely untrue.
Mother Dawn said they refused to participate in this alleged cover-up. They reported it to the Vatican and contacted their attorneys in St. Louis, Missouri, who then asked if they wanted to litigate the issue, which the Carmelites declined. But when the Mother Superior returned to Guam, she met up with the Archbishop.
And I asked him, I said, Archbishop, why did you send that letter indicating that we had donated that property and allowing for the deed of restriction when you know it was not true? He reacted, he said, I'm not the one who did it. Pius and they did it. They framed the letter.
Mother Dawn wouldn't go so far as identifying who they were. For now, she says she'll pray for the local archdiocese during this toxic environment. She's planning to settle things here on Guam before leaving to join her Carmelite sisters in the States.
At some point, when you fall down so flat, there's only one way to go. The direction has to be up under that. So let's just say it's not even going to be a new chapter. Let's hope that we have a whole new era when Bishop Michael Burns arrives.
Now, if at this point you may be wondering about the curious timing of today's press briefing in lieu of the other information we already reported, Mother Dawn said it was purely a coincidence. You can watch both press conferences on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KUAM News.
Switching gears to education, a decision to bar public participation at the Guam Education Board public hearing for the firing of the superintendent has drawn criticism from Adelup and the legislature. Here's more on the superintendent saga. It was Monday that the Guam Education Board announced that the public would not be able to participate in the public hearing to discuss the firing of Superintendent John Fernandez.
Wouldn't you think that public hearing would imply that there would be public participation?
It could be interpreted that way. However, a public hearing is in his contract that he has agreed. And the public hearing is for him to publicly answer to the bills of particulars.
And see, he said the bill of particulars are completely taken out from the investigation.
This was news to attorney David Lujan, who represents the ousted superintendent. Lujan said, quote, maybe she, board chairwoman Lucy Nicholas, should go back to school and learn the definition of the word public, end quote. Vice Chair Rosie Tanatongo stated the decision falls into line with how past special board meetings have been conducted.
We have been having special board meetings, but there is never any public participation. We have public participation on our regular board meetings.
If it's an issue for the board, then the board needs to rescind, amend, or create a different policy that would allow that.
This decision has been met with criticism from both the governor's office and Senator Tommy Morrison.
This latest announcement of a board meeting at a time during a work hour at an office and not allowing the public to participate in that conversation just adds to that sort of, shroud of mystery that has become the education board, which is really not where we want as a community, where we want our education board to be.
When the head of the largest government agency in our government is removed the way he was removed, certainly there's a lot of concerns of how that took place. And I think we owe it to our community, our public, to ensure that we have greater transparencies.
Morrison said he hopes there will be a time set at the end of the hearing for residents to voice their concerns. However, it is still unclear what the procedures for the hearing will be. So Nicholas has confirmed that a hearing officer will be present and that both the bill of particulars and investigation report will be made public. KUAM did reach out to Committee Chair on Education, Senator Narissa Underwood. However, she declined to comment.
Well, 1,300 grams of meth is only one instance of drugs being stopped from being brought into Guam, as Patrice Quintanilla signed a plea agreement with the federal government, confessing she was involved in a conspiracy to bring in drugs from California to Guam between October 2015 and July of this year. She pled guilty to conspiracy to possess and intent to distribute meth.
A pretrial conference was held today for the 6 people indicted for a riot that occurred over the Easter weekend at the Dedido Dome. Daryl Pareto, Joven Sanchez, Liberty Conception, Recindo Alforque, and Rodel Alforque appeared before presiding judge Alberto Lamarena this afternoon. The riot, you may remember, went viral on social media. All 6 will find out when they go to trial on November 29.
In other island news headlines, a man convicted of burglary and criminal sexual conduct is entering the custody of U.S. immigrations. Governor Calvo ordered the commutation of Edmund Edward, who was arrested in 2013 for breaking into a woman's home and then getting into her bed. Edward also had previous arrests for driving under the influence and aggravated assault, and had failed to avail himself of drug and alcohol programs at the prison. Edward is the 15th criminal either removed or deported from Guam through the governor's initiative. Each deportation saves DOC roughly $43,000 annually.
Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I have the one just for you.
We're increasing the amount of 4G LTE data on our new rate plans, giving people more of what they want to do more of the things they want.
So what do you think?
Nice.
At Project Carinu, we work with young children from birth through 5 years of age to improve their social and emotional well-being. We're part of Guam's system of care, and partnering with other programs, your child is our focus.
Project Carinu helped us address our son's social issues. With the different services provided by Project Carinu, our son can express himself more clearly.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism-related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back to Primetime right here on KUAM. A series of public hearings begin tonight for the proposed increase for the public mass transit system, the first in 36 years.
Ken Quintanilla has more.
43-year-old Kenneth Sablon uses mass transit about once or twice a week to take him around the island.
But it's due to me looking for a job and being in a job program where right now I'm limited somewhat in transportation fare, but I'm doing okay.
He currently pays 35 cents to $1 for a one-ride discounted or regular pass. And while he doesn't have a big problem with it now, he believes any increase should have the input from the public first.
I believe it's if they get some kind of okay from everybody, and it's not where they seem satisfied, somewhat like a majority vote.
The first public hearing began Tuesday night at the Agate Community Center. Guam Regional Transit Authority Executive Director Rick Augustine says this will be the first hike in 36 years.
Mass transit was created in 1980, and here we are, 2016, and none of the bus fares have gone up. Everything else to operate a bus service operation has gone up, including facilities.
The changes include for paratransit riders from 35 cents for a one-ride pass to $3. A regular fare one-ride pass would go from $1 to $2, and a one-ride discounted fare would go from 35 cents to 50 cents. He says this isn't a big increase considering that it actually costs GRTA $40 per ride per paratransit.
So there's a very big gap on the revenue that people think that we get for the bus service, for the bus fare, but actually we're not getting a lot to service facilities like you see behind me.
He says the fare recovery collection fee is quite minimal as well compared to other places. For example, he says Maui gets a 27% recovery rate, whereas Guam gets less than 4%. So for every dollar collected, GRTA only gets less than a nickel. The main reason behind this proposed increase is due to budgetary cuts. If approved, the money will go toward improving facilities, like adding lights and building more bus shelters.
Bus benches, bus stop signs. We need to improve on our technology so people can use a card instead of cash. We need to put a system where you can track all of the buses at any given time. Anything that we do for the clients costs us a lot of money.
And while it could be possible for the increase to take effect as early as next year, Augustine says it's dependent on when the new government-owned contractor-operated equipment begins to be used. The next two public hearings are set for Wednesday at the Tamuning Senior Center and Thursday at the Dedido Community Center, both from 5:30 p.m. to 7 o'clock. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
We shared the article on our Facebook page last night. It's described as what may be the most successful casino of all time. And it's not in Las Vegas or Macau. Instead, it's a casino located 133 miles north of Guam in Saipan, called Best Sunshine Live. According to the casino's website, Best Sunshine International was awarded with Saipan's exclusive gaming license for up to 40 years. It's owned by Imperial Pacific International Holdings Limited or Imperial Pacific based in Hong Kong. A Bloomberg article reports that Best Sunshine Live, located here in the Marianas, is boasting numbers far exceeding casinos in much larger areas. Quote, the daily reported revenue for each of its VIP tables in the first half of the year, about $170,000, is almost 8 times the average of Macau's largest casinos, end quote, the article stated. In September, Imperial Pacific reported a record $3.9 billion in bets at its casino, meeting The 100 or so high rollers who it says come through its stores monthly each wagered an average of $39 million. The article added, the numbers, according to the Bloomberg article, may have placed the Saipan casino on the U.S. federal government's radar.
Well, back here at home, as part of efforts to preserve and protect the Chamorro language, a pair of bills have been introduced to encourage kids to use the language in their daily lives. Bill 398 appropriates $50,000 from the Tourist Attraction Fund to GVB, with which to print, purchase, and distribute Chamorro literature in the Chamorro language and culture program in DOE schools. Meanwhile, Bill 399 appropriates $150,000 for Hurrah Academy's development of a language immersion preschool program. The legislature says the average age of proficient Chamorro speakers is over the age of 55, with the bill also noting that with the average life expectancy of the island's Chamorro people, it is conceivable that the language will be completely extinct by the year 2025.
It's considered a national concern with over 40,000 of our veterans reported homeless. And just as other states have implemented similar policies, local legislation has been introduced to give preference for veterans to access to public housing units available for rent. Bill 384 was introduced by Senator Rory Respicio and received the support from the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs Acting Director Jose San Augustine.
I am glad that there's an initiative that is moving forward to ensure that our veterans and their family do not end up on the streets. I say this because this is a serious, very serious matter.
GURA Executive Director Michael Duenas supports the bill, saying he believes the HUD program is structured that local communities can establish preferences, such as veteran priorities. GURA already has local preferences established, such as people who become homeless due to fires or disasters, and victims of domestic violence.
Also tonight, the Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense is hosting a two-day training session on medical management for chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive events. The training is critical as the island serves as a throughway for not only the mainland, but for other countries. Overseeing the training are representatives from the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, with Senior Training Specialist Kathy Wall saying what is going on.
To tweak their plans so they're prepared for any type of a major event, whether it's a naturally occurring disaster or some sort of a terrorist or intentional event.
Those attending the 16-hour course include personnel from local law enforcement, fire agencies, healthcare professionals, military and federal partners, and officials from the Marshall Islands and the CNMI.
State funeral services have been set for former Senator Gordon Mayu. He served as senator in the 20th and 21st Guam legislatures. Additionally, Mayu was a KUAM correspondent and reporter for CBS. The state funeral will be next Monday, November 21st at the legislature. It's scheduled to begin at 9 a.m.
Well, please stay tuned, everybody, because coming up next in sports, our guy Chris Barnett has the latest on the much-anticipated main event of PXC 55.
For 17 years, Cars Plus has been helping Guam ride in style. So during our anniversary sales event, we want to say thank you. Right now, buy any new Hyundai and receive up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Use your bonus cash for fuel, insurance, or even holiday gifts. You decide. Like a new Hyundai Accent, up to 38 mpg highway, starting at $13,995. Get up to $3,000 in bonus cash during Cars Plus anniversary sales event, going on now in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Up today, Guam, Chris Barnett, KUAM Sports, proudly brought to you by Triple J. PXC Week. But coming up on the show, youth football champions and a little bit about ladies and young women's tennis. But first, let's kick it off here with a profile of our main event at PXC 55. Jones, Uggan, 3.
A night of champions. It is PXC 55 with Fight Night Friday, the battleground for 2 PXC title belts. The flyweight and bantamweight championships of the PXC up for grabs. Arguably the PXC's top 2 135ers, former champ Kyle Money Uggan and Trevin 5-Star Jones, will face off. And the third time's a charm, as this time one of them will walk out of the cage a champion and fill the vacant 135 title slot. Uggan, 9-5, lost the belt to Korea's Kwan Ho Kwok in PXC 51. And when the PXC came calling, Uggan was more than happy to pick up the phone.
Man, I'm excited. I'm ready to go out, ready to scrap. Ken called me. He's like, hey, you want to fight Trevin for the belt? I was super excited. I was asking why. They said Kwok went UFC, so it kind of just made me a little more motivated and actually wanting to scrap Trevin and just get at him.
The two last went toe-to-toe in PXC 36, with Uggan taking the unanimous decision win. Jones won the first fight between the two in PXC 23, also by unanimous decision.
The fight's not going to be the same. It's been like 3 years since we fought each other. We both improved so much. Kyle went on to get the title. I've been right there at the nose, knocking and knocking. So, it's going to be a very, very close matchup again, but it's going to be a great fight,
Both fighters have said they fine-tuned some things in training camp. Jones is coming off a knockout win over Jeremiah Labiano and a decision victory over 135 contender Mark Abelardo. Uggan hasn't fought since losing the belt in January, but he says he's recovered from an arm injury.
I feel that we still develop the same style, but for me personally, I think I got more technique, more advantages in my skill set than he does.
Kyle, a perennial contender in the weight class, is one of the best wrestlers in the PXC, and he hasn't ever been finished. But in Jones, he faces a fighter on the rise. It's no secret Jones has felt snubbed by how long it took to get a title shot, but now it's up to him to seize the day on Fight Night Friday.
Everyone that they found, I've either ran through them or I beat them. A win is a win, no matter if it's a small win or a big win. I went out there and I performed. I feel like I'm at the top of my game right now, and I feel, this is my time, and only time will tell now.
Guam National Youth Football Federation results: the Angels taking 2 of the 3 divisions in this year's title games. In the Munhun division, the Angels defeated the Saints 25-0, handing the Saints their first loss of the year. Boy, what a time to get your first loss. Mega division, the Angels beat out the Raiders 18-12. And in the Matua division, the Saints got the win over the Raiders 13-0. Nonprofit Guaidza Todu, formed in April of 2016, has been raising funds to be able to offer free tennis clinics to women and girls who want to learn a sport, get exercise, or just feel better about themselves through tennis. The organization celebrated 1 year of free tennis clinics to women and girls ages 7 to 70 at the Elite Tennis Academy, Ipa Road, to Mooning. Guaidza Todu hoping that by offering these clinics, more girls and women will want to further their tennis skills to the point of maybe joining one of the women's or mixed doubles leagues that are offered several times a year, or joining their school tennis teams, or maybe getting good enough to represent the island as part of the national junior team.
All right, we'll have more on PXC 55 tomorrow. Remember the press conference going on to the PIC Amphitheater on behalf of our sports director, Mr. Dave Delgado. My name's Chris Barnett, and you keep on shining, Guam. Esta Gupa, adios!
The 5th annual Fall Fiesta is on at Nissan. Slide behind the wheel of a new workhorse Frontier Crew Cab, including Bluetooth, split rear bench with under-seat storage and 6,300-pound towing capacity, all for only $137 per pay period. The best truck value on Guam. The 4-door Crew Cab starting at just $137 per pay period. At Nissan, we offer award-winning cars, exceptional service, and best customer experience guaranteed. Get all the details at Nissan Upper Tumon.
Celebrate a Guam holiday season with KFC's Holiday Feast. 12 pieces of KFC's one and only original recipe chicken, plus 3 home-style sides and 4 fluffy biscuits. Each KFC meal has a limited edition Guam-themed holiday ornament with 8 unique designs to collect. Leave the cooking to us and have a finger-licking good holiday. KFC, so merry, so good, so Guam.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Sidus Ma'asi, Matson.
RT Trios at Ruby Tuesday. We've taken our most popular items and grouped them into 6 terrific trios, like the Fish Trio, with herb-crusted tilapia, fried parrotfish strips, and perfectly grilled salmon. 3 classic items, all on one plate. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
For the first time in 27 years, a non-luxury brand has won the prestigious J.D. Power Award for initial quality. And that brand is Kia. That's right, Kia, the automaker that brought you the funky award-winning Soul and the rugged Sportage SUV ranked highest among 33 of the world's best manufacturers. And your new Kia not only comes with award-winning quality, but it's backed up by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Quality comes standard with every Kia from Triple J. Check out our proud Kia lineup online at triplejguam.com. Get pre-approved instantly. triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Issa and I have one more story to read before we put this newscast into history books, and it is the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
First birthday going out to Selena Roslin. Happy 19th birthday. Love the entire family.
And also celebrating his birthday today is Jeff Manglotnia. We hope you and your family had a wonderful birthday, Jeff. Only 2 birthdays to get to tonight, so make sure we have a stocked reserve of birthdays. Go to KUAM.com and register online.
That's going to do it for us here on the news desk. Stay tuned. Up next is Health, Home, and Lifestyle.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafide and welcome to the Health, Home, and Lifestyle edition of KUAM News Extra. I'm Issa Baza, so glad you could join us. Coming up in tonight's show, I introduce you to Aqua Zumba, and the instructor at Paradise Fitness Center, Kinky Lujan, who tells us about how you can switch up your exercise routine with a fitness class that's underwater and has a lot of different health benefits. But first, I'd like to introduce you to our new Health Check correspondent, Nurse Jen. She'll be joining us every week here on Health, Home, and Lifestyle with the latest health tips and information. Here's more.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Hafide, I'm Nurse Jen, and you're watching Health Check. It's the latest and hottest nutritional diet trend on Guam. Everyone's doing it, or at least everyone wants to start doing it, including myself. The paleo diet is one of the newest nutritional trends that works with your genetics to help you keep a lean, strong, and energetic body. Across the board, dermatologists, biologists, ophthalmologists, and other disciplines have supported the paleo diet. It's simple. It's okay to eat fruits, vegetables, lean meats, seafood, fish, nuts, and eggs, because these foods are rich in monosaturated and omega-3 fats that reduce obesity, cancer, diabetes, and cardiac diseases. However, the paleo diet discourages dairy, grains, processed foods, and sugars, starches, and alcohol. Whoa, that's a long list of don'ts, right? One known fact is that excessive imbalances in diet will lead to poor health and wellness overall. Trying to devise an appropriate diet plan for you and your kids is a really tough task for everyone. But here's the scoop. It's never too late to start eating healthier in your home. Start here. Start today. Start now. According to the Journal of Diabetes Science and Technology, the paleo diet improves glucose sugar control and reduces cardiovascular risk factors, including, because it prevents obesity, it can be started as early as the age of 16 years old. If you believe your child should start a diet plan, not necessarily paleo, earlier than 16, talk to your child's school nurse and pediatrician to develop an appropriate diet plan for your child. Ultimately, they know your child and can work collaboratively to achieve success. I'm Nurse Jen with Health Quote of the Week. Eat right and your pants won't get tight. Tune in next week, Tuesday, on Health Check on KUAM News Extra with me, Nurse Jen. You can easily email me your health and wellness questions or topics of interest to nursejen@kuam.com.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Thanks, Nurse Jen. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we introduce you to Aqua Zumba. We're back after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's a day to come together and give back in any way you can.
From large gestures to small ones.
We can all make a difference.
The KUAM Care Force is once again joining the Giving Tuesday movement on November 29th.
Giving Tuesday is a day when charities, businesses, students, and families all around the world unite for one cause.
To celebrate and encourage giving. So help us kick off the season of giving by joining the Giving Tuesday movement on November 29th.
Make a donation.
Coordinate a drive for those in need.
Volunteer your time and talent.
Participate in an act of kindness.
The possibilities are endless. Send us a message and let us know what you're planning.
And be sure to use hashtag Giving Tuesday on all your social media posts.
For more information, you can visit our website or givingtuesday.org.
We can all
make a difference
on Giving
Tuesday.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafne, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at Paradise Fitness Center with Aqua Zumba instructor Pinky Lujan. And so we're going to talk a little bit about Aqua Zumba today, but first off, we just wanted to get a brief introduction of you and your background.
Okay, I've been Zumba and Aqua Zumba certified for almost 5 years now. I teach Aqua Zumba now at the Sheraton, so it's twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. I've been an instructor though for, I lost count already. I've been teaching for many years. I don't want to date myself, but all the way back to Gold's Gym days. Yeah. So
what made you interested in Zumba, and what made you make the transfer over to Aqua Zumba?
Actually, that's a cool story because I just signed up to be Zumba certified. I didn't even know that they were going to offer Aqua Zumba. So when I went on to Zumba.com to enroll into Zumba, I saw that there was another class. So I got super excited because I've always been a water baby. I love swimming. And so right away, I signed up to be Aqua Zumba certified as well. So I love the water.
Definitely. And, a lot of people here in Guam love the water, but a lot of people in Guam also really love Zumba. It's taking off in Guam and in the past few years, and it's definitely something that a lot of people know about. I know the classes here get pretty packed, but Aqua Zumba might seem like a new concept for some people who've never tried it before. So what exactly is Aqua Zumba?
So Aqua Zumba is a water version of the regular Zumba class. So Zumba, as you know, is exercise in disguise, and there's no wrong way to Zumba. So it's a Latino flavor kind of music, and we have like over 10 different styles of dance as part of Zumba. And so we just incorporate that into a water version, which obviously is a little slower because you have the force of water to contend with. So, but it's zero impact. It's wonderful for people who are pregnant or who have issues with their knees or joint pain. So it's a great cardiovascular workout in the water.
Okay, so what can people expect if they're going to an Aqua Zumba class for the very first time? Is it going to be an hour long?
Yes. Yes, the class is 1 hour. And all we ask is that you bring water, because you can't drink the water you're in. There's a misconception they're in the water, so they think they don't need to stay hydrated. But that's actually the opposite. You still have to drink water like any other workout. Stay hydrated. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to come because they don't want to come in a bikini. So that's another myth. We're very lucky. The Sheraton's very flexible with us. You can come in shorts and a tank top. You don't have to come in a bikini. And we do recommend water shoes because for better traction, but also it's an added weight. So, it's a better workout for your legs if you wear water shoes also. So.
Okay, definitely water resistance. So we've all been in the water. We know how it feels to try to move around. Sometimes it's kind of difficult when you have that added force. And so what does that do to separate this class from regular Zumba? What kind of added benefit does that have?
Well, there's more of a challenge because you have the weight of the water to move through. So, and what's cool is you really don't feel like you're working out until you get out of the water. So there's that sensation of lightness while you're in the water and you're moving. But as soon as you get out, you feel this heaviness like, oh my God, I really did work out. So it's pretty cool because you don't feel the workout benefits until you really get out of the water.
Okay, and so, a lot of people really like the Zumba classes. Like you said, exercise in disguise. They come here, it's kind of fun. You're kind of just dancing along. But is that similar to what they can expect? I know you said the movements go a little bit slower, but is it the same type of music blasting?
Yes, we have music, and I have a little mic to encourage you to breathe and move. And it's the same Latino music. Christmas is coming up, so we always like to mix it up, and we will have some Christmas music also to exercise to. So it's pretty cool. And a lot of people really like the cool down because you're appreciating being in the water and moving in the water. So the cool down's a pretty special part of our workout that separates us a little bit from the regular Zumba. But yeah, it's exactly the same Zumba experience, but in the water. And it's super fun when you bring friends because then you kind of laugh at each other and same as the regular Zumba, land Zumba.
I think for me, I might actually prefer Aqua Zumba because I feel like sometimes, people get a little bit mamalau in Zumba classes because you're just out there and people can watch you. But I feel like in the water, you're undercover.
Yeah, no one can see you. And you have some recordings of me. If you pay attention to the group that was in the back, they were like fooling around half of the time. They weren't even really following the moves. So whenever I do a move that's a little more challenging, you have a certain group that fools around and they just jump because they know as long as they keep their heart rate up, they're still having fun. And that's the premise of the Zumba lifestyle, is there is no incorrect way to Zumba. But that's a good point. I'm the only one that can really see you in the water because I'm on the deck. So no one else can see whether you're doing the moves, but we still do cha-cha and merengue and reggaeton. We still do the street jams in the water. So it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Okay, so can you give us a little bit of a preview, not a full-on Zumba move, but like what's a typical kind of move that you'd be doing in the water? Because I feel like it might be kind of limited since are you like partly submerged or fully submerged?
You're submerged all the way up to under your armpits because you want to be able to move in the water. So a typical move, we do a lot of pushing of the water where you're pushing. And then like a cha-cha, a typical cha-cha, it's exaggerated with knees. Your knees go higher up. So even the running, when we run, you can run in the water. So we encourage your knees to go up as much as possible. So you have the ability to exaggerate your moves more when you're in the water so that you could get a better workout.
Okay, so really quickly before we take a quick break, for those who are looking into attending this, maybe switching up their workout routine, are there any limitations? Like, do you have to know how to swim, or is it only for adults and not children?
That's an excellent question. You do not need to know how to swim because, again, the water is all the way up to just your chest, your torso area. So I have quite a few people who don't know how to swim that are perfectly comfortable in the shallow water. Children are more than welcome. And there is a note, though, for Paradise members. The class, it's the weekday workout, so it's exclusive to only Select Care members at this time. And the class is on Mondays and Wednesdays, 5:30 to 6:30 at the Sheraton Pool.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, stay tuned. We'll have a little bit more about Aqua Zumba after the break, and we're back after this.
IT&E is giving away a trip to Manila, plus other fabulous prizes during our Stay In and Win prepaid promotion. All you have to do is stay in IT&E's 4G LTE network. Keep topping up load, and you're eligible to win. 10 winners will receive a $10 load every Friday during the promotion. Stay in for 3 months, and you can win a 3-month Hulu gift card. Stay in for 6 months, and you're entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to Manila. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details or visit ite.net. IT&E Motion Prepaid. Life in motion.
For 17 years, Cars Plus has been helping Guam ride in style. So during our anniversary sales event, we want to say thank you. Right now, buy any new Hyundai and receive up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Use your bonus cash for fuel, insurance, or even holiday gifts. You decide. Like a new Hyundai Accent, up to 38 mpg highway, starting at $13,995. Get up to $3,000 in bonus cash during Cars Plus anniversary sales event, going on now in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
RT Trios at Ruby Tuesday. We've taken our most popular items and grouped them into 6 terrific trios, like the Mini Colossal Trio with 3 double stack sliders, mac and cheese, Hawaiian style, and a Nancy. 3 classic items all on one plate. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
The holidays are a time for sharing and giving, for helping others in need and spreading goodwill to all.
The stations of KUAM and the KUAM Care Force invite you to once again join us in the spirit of giving with our annual food drive for the Salvation Army's Food Bank.
We'll be collecting canned and non-perishable food items at our Harmon Studios weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. up until Monday, November 21st. So please do your part and let's all make a difference in our community.
Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafne, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at Paradise Fitness Center with our Aqua Zumba instructor, Pinky Lujan. And so we just touched off on a brief introduction of what Aqua Zumba is. And so now I wanted to ask you a little bit more about the health benefits. So for people who are thinking about switching up their routine, why should they consider Aqua Zumba as far as what it can do to help their health and fitness?
Well, the wonderful thing about Aqua Zumba, it's a full body workout. So when you go to other classes, sometimes the isolations aren't full body, and so there's a focus maybe only on the legs or the arms, versus Aqua Zumba, where you really do work out your entire body. And we were talking a little bit about it being a low impact class. It's actually a zero impact class, because you're weightless in the water. So it's zero impact, and that's why the health benefits are really good for people who are struggling with maybe arthritis or knee injuries, or stuff like that. So health benefits wise, you burn more calories. It's great if you're pregnant, like we mentioned a little earlier. So and it gets your heart rate up. So again, with the Zumba concept, part of the lineup is slowly, gradually warming you up to a fast-paced workout, and then we kind of dip it down to a lower workout just to slow it down, so that you're always at that fat burning state.
Okay, so you said it's full body. It works your upper body, lower body, and it's definitely, is it cardio?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, there are cardiovascular benefits.
Okay, and of course you're in the water, so you're feeling it's not just your regular body weight like in a typical Zumba class. You have that added weight resistance from the water. And so how many calories would a person lose from a typical Aqua Zumba class?
Depending on your workout, because again, everybody knows I do give you options how to bring it up, how to bring up the intensity. So anywhere from 600 to 800 calories per class on average.
That's good. So it's a lot of calories that you can burn in this one class. And like you said earlier, you don't really feel the workout until afterwards, because you're in the water. It's kind of like disguise, like you mentioned, exercise in disguise, but you're still getting all those health benefits. And I hear from a lot of people in my family, my friends who maybe like my aunties and uncles, they're older and they feel like they can't do certain workouts because maybe they have arthritis or they feel like it's too high impact. So this is something that could be really beneficial for them.
Yes, it's perfect for them. And we also get people who are like you said, they're embarrassed, right? Because they're in a swimsuit. We have a cave entrance, so people actually can also sneak into the pool without even being seen at all. So, and it is handicap accessible. So that's a nice benefit also, because there's a ramp and stuff.
And of course, like you mentioned earlier, bring a swimsuit, but you can also wear shorts and a tank top if you want to do that. And so, for those who are pregnant, they still want to stay active. Why is this a good class for them?
Aqua Zumba is perfect for pregnant people because, again, the weightlessness. If you can imagine carrying another human being in your body and lugging that extra weight around, it's like the 1 hour that they're able to actually not feel the baby, but the baby also really feels, really benefits because there's a calming effect. So the baby also kind of relaxes. Oh, and that's another major benefit is you'll notice your quality of sleep. After class, you actually sleep better after Aqua Zumba because the water is just soothing. It's great on your stress also. It's a great stress reliever.
Okay, so for people women who are pregnant and they want to try this class, is it open to, even if in your third trimester, can you still take this class?
Absolutely, but of course, like anything else, you have to get your physician's permission. Yeah, especially your last trimester.
Okay, what about adolescents or younger people who want to take this class, or even elderly? Is this open to everyone?
All age groups. In fact, the kids love it. The kids love the Aqua Zumba. And my first 4 songs, part of our warm-up, we use the noodles. We use those, so we do upper body a bit first, and then we incorporate the lower body. So it's great. It's great.
You mentioned big ticket, so it's cardio, upper body workout. So you're going to lose those calories, and does it improves your sleep? It's good for people during pregnancy and all age groups. Does it also help increase your muscle tone and strength?
Absolutely, and that falls in line with how many calories you lose, because the deeper you go into the water with the movement, the more you build muscle tone. it would definitely appeal to all the major parts. But
Okay, and once in a while I to long term. I've had serious injuries in the past where one time I had entire year, and I had known about this class back then. It's something I would have considered. But any final thoughts for people who want to try something new and they're thinking about Aqua Zumba, but don't have any advice or words of comfort or encouragement?
now, I just strongly encourage everyone, because it's really nice to give yourself an hour. You give yourself 1 hour out of your regular day, and something about being in the pool, you almost feel like not even in Guam, not even here, because you've got the music, you've got the ambiance and the environment. I was sharing with my girl earlier. We had the super moon during class yesterday, and actually during cool down, we ended the class. I made everybody turn around, and they looked up and they didn't even know that super full moon was there. It's really, it's just a nice way to end your day, especially working on it all day, just to end with a nice relaxing kind of just for you time. So, you really gotta come out and try it.
Okay, thank you so definitely treat yourself. Check out this class; it's good for yourself and help reduce your stress. And of course, you can find more about this class at today's fitness. And stay tuned. We'll have more health and lifestyle after the break.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your life, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
For dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I had confidence, and it shows. And I had cosmetic issue, I feel 10 times more confident. My initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and just, it really is a relationship built, a nice warm smile, and it makes the client and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just their business, but also their kind of the friend of the shop. So, it's amazing how powerful smile can be.
The church makes a significant impression on those around you. It is important that it's the impression you want it to make.
Today, come together and give back in any way we can.
From large gestures to small ones.
We can all make a difference.
The KUAM Care Force is once again joining the Giving Tuesday movement on November 29th.
Giving Tuesday is a day when charities, businesses, students, and families all around the world unite for one cause.
Celebrate and encourage giving.
So help us kick off the season of giving by joining the Giving Tuesday movement on November 29th.
Make a donation.
Coordinated drives for those in need.
Volunteer your time and talent.
Participate in an act of kindness.
The possibilities are endless. Send us a message and let us know what you're planning.
And be sure to use hashtag Giving Tuesday on all your social media posts.
For more information, you can visit our website or givingtuesday.org.
We can all
Make a difference
on Giving
Tuesday.
The holiday time for sharing and giving, helping others in need, and spreading goodwill to all.
The KUAM and KUAM Care Force invite you to once again join us in the spirit of giving with our annual food drive for the Salvation Army's food bank.
Rejecting canned and non-perishable food items at our Harmon Studios weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. until Monday, November 1st. Please do your part. all make a difference in our
Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives in 1996.
Well, that's the show. If there's a health or lifestyle topic you discover, email me at isa@kuam.com. We'll see you next week and stay healthy.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Pacific Extreme Contact on Friday, November 18th, for champion faces off against Trevin Jones to settle their interim weight world champion. Plus, the flyweight title is on the line as breakout Hawaiian star Riley Dudro takes on the veteran bone crusher Baron Yanoyama. Come his history at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Two-man event champion. Epic night of fight. Presented by Miller Lite, IT&E, and the city of KUAM. Also brought to you by these fine sponsors. You're part of the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Doors open at 5:30 and fight action starts at 7:30. Tickets are on sale now at all 76 Anderson, ITT, MWR, and online at TBI.com. With tickets are available online at TBI.com and a card plus in mind. Production.
This lineup is brought to you by IT Life in Motion. The Voice, brought to you by
Jake's our new and enhanced website at triplejquam.com. Real-time food and vehicle inventory, instant trade-in, plus easy financing. Jay says yes. triplejquam.com.
For the first time this season, we are live. We went live from an event where 12 talented, diverse artists emerged. Tonight, I hope to prepare the top singing exclusively for your vote. This is Carter looking at right now. Oh my God. He's the biggest solo artist of all time, with over 138 million albums sold, multi-award-winning country music superstar, his 10 ultimate collection, 5-time